Yo, all my kings and queens, it is Friday the 1st of July. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And of course, we are hosted by the best. Everyone, please introduce yourself. Wait, then what?
The inmates are running the asylum, innit? You know what I mean? You get me? It's your boy Big Man Use, aka the Oracle, the voice of reason, Mr. Rotations. We here. Anybody else in the building today? Brent?
Oh, I'm in here.
I'm in here.
Mr. Skeleton Crew. Obviously, the white man got Emman. He's still COVIDed up. Koya's doing wonderful things in Afro Nations.
Yes.
Yep.
Shout
Big
out
up
to
my
Koya.
queen. Hope, kill it, baby girl. Kill it, baby girl. And the wonderful Esther is under the weather today. Obviously, sending her blessings and love in her life.
Yes.
She'll be all right. She'll be back Monday. We'll be all good. Everybody all right?
Everyone's good, man.
Sweet.
Yeah, we've got the Skeleton Crew today, man. So we're going to make this work for you. We're not sure how it's going to go, but it's going to go. We're going to get there.
On the fly, innit? Off the cuff.
All right, quickly before we start, everybody had a good night? You all right?
Yeah.
Did you get up to anything?
Nah, just food, Love Island, bed.
Chilled.
That's it, yeah. Yourself?
I stayed in an expensive hotel last night.
Oh, was it?
Yep, had
Where?
heated seats.
Heated seats, as in...
On the toilet.
On the toilet? Oh, wow.
Warmth and thing.
That
It
sounds...
was electric. When you walk in there, the lid just goes up.
Yeah.
Oh, it was proper things.
That sounds
Proper things. It's called the Londoner.
luxurious. Where's this?
It's Leicester Square.
Oh, Leicester Square, okay.
Yeah, it's actually like on the square.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Serious stuff. Went there, had a few drinks.
Yeah.
I met a lovely couple.
Mm.
I'm not sure if they was trying to seduce us or not.
You know what? These white couple, like an old white couple?
Yeah.
I think they're on stuff, you know.
They're smoky, innit?
1 second, bro. My mic sounds a bit...
No, you sound...
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Must be my headphones. You know what? Every time me and my missus are out somewhere fancy and we see like an old white couple, they're always staring.
Yeah.
And there's in their mind, they're thinking something. I don't know what they're thinking, but they're always staring.
I met this brother. He's from Manchester. He does like billboards and all that kind of stuff. Definitely a millionaire. Older man.
Yeah.
He was like 59. His wife is 35.
Yeah.
But she's in it for the love though.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. Yeah.
It seemed genuine.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It seemed genuine. No, but it was a cool bunch. Had some drinks. And
Yeah.
I think they were trying it. But obviously, I'm a people person. I'm friendly. I just had to just pump the brakes. And,
Yeah.
You know what? See you later, pals. We're going to bed and, you know what I mean?
If one of these couples ever propositioned you with a deal, like we like either like a 4-way or the man might want to chop, you know, your lady friend for a fee, would you be open to that kind of, you know, operation there?
The 4-way they would have to like, that the dynamics that's crazy, innit? Because everybody has to be happy, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because if one person
Isn't happy, then it kind of just
it's
fucks
gonna
up the
it's gonna
whole
mess up everything. You know what I'm
feng
trying to say?
shui,
Though. So, but like it has to be a nice couple.
Yeah, of course.
For that to even work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I always seen, it's called Indecent Proposal.
Yes, that's the movie. That's the movie.
It's called Indecent
that's
Proposal.
the movie,
And I've seen it play out. I've seen a couple reiterations of the movie as well. And it always messes up.
Yeah.
It always
Yeah,
messes up everything.
It does.
But I'd like to think I could make it work, man.
But for you, the thing is, on the 4-way, if they're an attractive couple, is it we're just gonna do this pro bono? But if it's like, if they're not your spec, but they're offering money, are you still inclined?
I don't want to act like I'll just sell my soul. But
Yeah.
money's important.
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say?
Like, okay, what's your price? What's your price?
See, I don't know, because if you're a millionaire couple,
Yeah.
then you're gonna have to do millionaire things.
Let's-
I'm not asking for millions and all that. That would be stupid, but
Let's say they approach you, they say, you know, we want a little night together with you and your lady friend. We're gonna offer you 30 bags.
oh, that's done. Because in my mind, I was when you leading up,
Yeah.
I was saying if they say 10, if they say 10, it's a done deed.
Done deal.
Done deed. What, tax free? 10.
Yeah.
I'll take it. We're in a recession, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tax free 10. I'm doing it. So 30.
Yeah.
I'll do it with pride.
Whereas I'm delivering these strokes with vigor and vim.
Yeah, vim. Yeah, so definitely. But I mean, that's, you know what though? I'm obviously we was talking about a bucket list and all that. I'm not saying it's on my bucket list, but I want to experience it. I want to try things before I leave this godforsaken island. Do you know what I'm saying?
So that's on the list.
I could add it. There's space on my list. There's big paper. There's always I'm always amending it.
The thing is, if that's on your bucket list, then that means you got to be the instigator. Then you can't sit around and wait for a couple to approach you. You got to hit the streets. Basically,
see that dynamic. That's that.
You know what I mean? Because sitting and hoping that a couple will approach you is long. You got to go and find a couple yourself.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
I didn't think this through.
Yeah. Marks, you got to be proactive in your dreams.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some reevaluation. You get me? I'm gonna reevaluate my situation and then see what we're going. But the moral of that story is follow your hopes and dreams, man.
Yeah.
Live your truth.
Live your truth, because you never know where it's gonna end. Where you're gonna end up.
100%.
You know what I mean?
You think asking will make you look like a deviant?
If you approach them and they're not on it, oh my God.
Okay.
What? I mean, if you get it right, then cool.
If you get it right, I think obviously you got to suss up who they are.
You got to read the room, innit?
Read the room. Like, do you think that you're their target demo? Do you think that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If so, always send the woman. I think that's the first rule.
Yeah.
Always send the woman. Obviously, you get your missus on side.
Yeah,
first. Send her to do the initial intro. And then, you know what I mean? I think as a man, you can't go over there crazy like, yo.
Yeah, that's too...
Yeah.
That's too imposing, isn't it? It's like...
I think your missus...
You couldn't do it. You're too big as well. You are you. Yo, brother.
No. No, it is. I think the initial dialogue has to happen between the women. And
then you catch up.
So your missus speaks to the other woman.
Yeah.
Then obviously she speaks to him. Obviously you already know what the pattern is, and then go from there. You can't go over there to a man and his wife and talking about, yo, we've been peeping you and da-da-da-da.
Well, Yusuf is a dark horse. So that was good info. That was good advice.
Good breakdown. You know what I mean?
But let's get into these headlines on our Friday.
Alright, so trigger warning, sexual assault. These bloody animals. Alright, the Conservative Party Deputy Chief Whip, Chris Pincher, quit last night after he allegedly groped two men while drunk on Wednesday night. In his resignation letter, he admitted he had embarrassed himself and other people after drinking too much at the Tory Private Members Club in London. His letter said, "Last night I drank far too much. I've embarrassed myself and other people, which is the last thing I want to do, and for that I apologize to you and to those concerned. I think the right thing to do in this circumstance is for me to resign as Deputy Chief Whip. I owe it to you and the people I've caused upset to do this." Mr. Pincher has served as the MP for Tamworth since 2010 and was appointed Deputy Chief Whip in February this year. It is the second time he has quit the whip's office, having resigned as a junior whip in November 2017 following a complaint that he made an unwanted pass at the former Olympic rower and Conservative candidate Alex Story he has prior. He is alleged to have tried to untuck the shirt of Mr. Story after persuading him to come back to his London home, as well as massaging his neck while saying, "You will go far in the Conservative Party." Bloody hell. He was cleared of wrongdoing by a Conservative Party probe and later reinstalled by Theresa May as Deputy Chief Whip in January 2018.
Look, is there not something into this? Because obviously, look, assault's wrong regardless of what's going on. It's all wrong. You shouldn't be doing these things, especially in the workplace, politicians, all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's constantly like men attacking men.
Yeah.
Like, ain't there something there? Like, is this not worrying? Is this not troubling?
As in what? As in these
because
men are...
the men ain't safe. They got form. They're like, they have form here. This is, how many times? Like, brother, like, it's not safe for men in the Conservative Party,
it don't seem like it is.
But this is a pandemic, basically. This is, brother, this is crazy, bro.
No, it is. I'm thinking about the men who are actually being abused.
Yeah.
And what are they, like, okay, in this...
Nah, you can't say that. What are they doing? What What do you mean? What are
No.
you saying? They're giving off the wrong impression or something?
No, that's you're putting words in my mouth.
Okay, sorry. I shouldn't do that.
Whoa.
No, go on. Let me hear what you're going to say.
No, I'm going to read this again. Not read it again, but is this a case of he got them drunk? Did he drug them or no? Is it just literally he just
He was drunk.
He was drunk.
And he was groping them.
Okay, cool. You know what it is? Okay, cool. This is say to me, right? The minute I feel like another man is trying to mistreat me or maybe, you know, move to me inappropriately, I'm taking action, right? It's not even getting far.
He was drunk. So if the first action is grabbing your bum.
Yeah. But he said he went to the house, he started getting
No,
giving them a massage.
that's a different person. That's from 2017 when he quit the first time.
Yeah.
So remember, this man's a predator. You get what I'm trying to say? So 2017, the first time, that's when he done. This time around, he's just quit because obviously the scandal's scandal.
Are these men, are they fisting them up? I don't think they are.
No one's getting punched up. There's no repercussions.
I think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say is the victims, right? I feel like they're being very passive in their response to the physical abuse they're receiving. As in, they're not doing anything about it in the moment. They're just letting it happen because maybe the person's their superior.
Remember, they're just normal working class people. So the natural response might not be violence to them. Obviously, they're going to go down the proper channels. That's why this guy's resigned, because obviously somebody made a complaint somewhere or said something, or something got seen or said or done. You get what I'm trying to say? Obviously, they're getting charged and all that. Like, these guys are, I'm guessing, violence is just not their love language, because no one hasn't been punched up once.
Because if a man, I hear you. I'm not saying violence is the answer, but I'm just saying like.
Oh no, it's a good answer.
It is a answer, but it's not the answer. Is what I'm saying. I'm just trying to figure out why these politicians feel like they can just do what the fuck they want, innit? I feel like they're around people who are just they're enabling they're around enablers.
Facts.
I think that's what I'm trying to say, innit?
Facts. And these men just feel entitled and everything, like the things that they do with people, taxpayers' money, is the way they like get that. You get what I'm trying to say? All their bungs that they're taking, like these men don't have no real. Because I don't know how much power individually politicians actually have and wield, but when they're put in them positions, it definitely, whatever power they do have, definitely gets to their head.
Yeah,
you know
of
what I'm
course.
trying to say?
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
they feel like they're above the law.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
You can tell by the way these guys act in their spare time.
You know the sad thing about this type of industry is, even entertainment, because you want to get far in that industry, some people
will put up with shit.
They will allow certain things because they think this relationship is going to help my career.
Yeah.
So they'll turn a blind eye to a little grope here and there because they don't want to obviously anger this particular person who they see as a superior who can help them in their career. And it's sad. And it happens in entertainment, it happens in politics, it happens in all these type of fields, isn't it? And that's one sad thing about these industries, isn't it? Because the people on top are put on a pedestal and they abuse their power.
Was it Terry Crews that came out and said that over the course of his career, on his entertainment career, movie career, a lot of people were taking advantage of their positions, and I think at a party, like he said, enough is enough, and when the inside guy grabbed his genitals, so it's more so a piece of power, as you guys are saying. If it is that this guy is, in this example, he says you will go find the Conservative Party. I mean,
I think they just need to do another probe into the party, because this is, show me your friends, I'll show you who you are.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So there's a lot going on there, but I don't know, man. That's crazy.
All right. Second headline. Okay. The medical records will be examined for trans patients. Yeah, I'm guessing Emmanuel typed this whilst he was
drinking.
Yeah. So just so you guys know, he spelled patients PATIENCE.
So
Brent so petty.
Nah, he needs to know. Nonsense. All right. News has emerged that every child treated for gender dysphoria in the last decade will have their medical records scrutinized to see if NHS care is causing more harm than good. The Health Secretary, Sajid Javid, will start to change the law to allow researchers to study data on around 9,000 adolescents given counseling or drugs for the condition. He wants to know whether the treatment improves trans children's lives or leads to further problems or regret. Currently, the data is protected by medical confidentiality laws that mean people are given a new NHS number when they legally change their gender. He hopes that there will be more data that can help steer the conversations being had around the overall welfare of trans patients. That last patient he spelled correctly, just so you guys know.
So what they're saying, they want to be able to go to their. So if you change gender, your records change. Then they have no history of what you was your previous sex.
Yeah, I think it's hidden behind confidentiality.
Isn't it important though for them to have your complete medical history though, just in case?
I mean, also, those treatments that they give people that trans people that suffer from gender dysphoria, and they're saying whether they're getting counselling or medication or something like that. I mean, obviously, I don't know how they decipher what's going on, but can it be helpful? Is that healthy to for someone to come and obviously say that they're trans, they feel like they're and you give them drugs like medicine?
But I think we covered this story. I think earlier on in the week, maybe last week, the end of last week,
with the guy, and he
and
he regretted it.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. So I think it was a big thing that kicked off, and then this, I guess, triggered this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading what gender
dysphoria.
Dysphoria is. Sorry,
that's when you're not happy with the gender that you're not happy, but you don't believe you are the gender that you're.
Yeah, gender dysphoria is a term that describes a sense of unease that a person may have because of a mismatch between their biological sex and their gender identity. Okay.
Yeah. So, no, there's a lot going on there though, but they should be able to. They should be able to get the information and share the information. That's not like. Obviously, it's called confidential. It's confidential, but
yeah,
if it's your medical history, I'm not going to be doing anything untoward with it. Knowledge is power. If someone's treating you, they should have all the relevant information.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think for GPs and for doctors and stuff, I think having your complete medical history is probably best. I'm not sure. Obviously, everything's all different, but just to know, I think it's important to know if you used to identify as a man or woman. I think I think it's important.
Yeah, this is wild to think that the new doctor you see will just see you as
you are now.
You are
as
now.
Opposed to what you were before.
Yeah, because you need all the information.
Yeah.
You need all the information
Yeah.
if it is that you're going to be administering any sort of care to them.
Yeah.
And because obviously, are there certain diseases that display themselves more in men than women or women and men and stuff like that? Or
particular types of cancer, maybe? No?
Okay, well, testicle and all these kind of things. Well, I mean, it's important. There's no kind of uproar against this or anything, is there though?
Well, as in this particular thing?
Yeah.
I think this just kind of came out.
Okay.
So we don't know yet.
Okay, we're breaking the news. We'll keep you abreast with what's going on.
I think more information will come later on.
Okay, well.
All right.
We are speeding through this.
Which is really beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
We'll get into our topic of the day.
All right. Is sex education being used to indoctrinate the children? Miriam Cates, Tory MP, and a former biology teacher claimed the rise in the number of children wanting to transition was a social contagion driven by the internet and reinforced in schools. This is a bold and controversial statement, especially for an MP to make in today's climate. But do you feel there could be any truth to it? In a debate where this was brought up, MPs heard how some parents said their child showed no sign of questioning their gender until they attended relationships and sex education RSE classes or school assemblies about gender identity. What are your thoughts? Should sex education be left to the parents to prevent these claims? Or should we let the schools have free rein to do it in the way they see fit?
I can't remember what we were talking about last time, but it's just down to bad parenting because you can't leave your education just to the schools. You know what I'm trying to say? You need to, when your kids are at home, you need to be feeding them with knowledge. You know what I'm trying to say? You need to be installing everything in them that you want, everything that you've learned, everything that you know. You need to install into your children, innit? So obviously these, like, when you go outside influences in the schools, they help shape and mold your child and stuff, and they're gonna go and learn things. But if you've got a strong base at home, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say, education and that, no one can't come and corrupt your child's head. Do you feel me?
So that answers the question, should we just leave the education of our children to the school system? But do you feel that the school is trying to indoctrinate your children?
I don't know if they're trying to indoctrinate it, like if it's a conspiracy, but they're definitely doing it. Look, at the end of the day, yeah, when times change, and especially like kids, you're going into adolescence, you're a teenager, that's when you're learning, that's when you're growing, that's when you've got the most questions about yourself, about life, about everything. You know what I'm trying to say? So, if you're asking kids questions that wasn't being posed to people 20, 30 years ago, you're going to get answers that wasn't there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That these are just the facts. So it's not like you're doing it in a bad way and it's vindictive or whatever, but you're giving people options that they never had. There's questions that people wasn't asking. So people are curious. People are going to look into things. People are going to not know themselves and not feel away and then think to themselves, when you push it into their brain and give them options, then they might question it and say, oh yeah, maybe I am. Yeah. Then they go and get their dick chopped off and then regret it instantly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, these are the things that are happening. Like,
should these conversations come later? I'm assuming this is talking about, like, I don't know, primary education or...
I would have just assumed secondary school because obviously they're bringing it in early. I don't know why they keep bringing it in so early. Sex education should be for secondary school, really, anyway. That's what I believe.
Because I think sex education, especially, I think this is a whole nother level of sex education, to be fair. This is not just talking about the birds and bees. This is talking about identity.
But it has to, because it's going on in society.
No,
they
I
have to address these things.
obviously, okay, sex education has evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was in school, you know, conversations around transgenders and identity, that didn't exist. It was just about basic fucking, basically. Obviously, times have changed. So sex education has evolved into what it is today, right? But in saying that, these conversations around, you know, identity and stuff, do you still think they should happen later on in life? As opposed to when kids are still in that state of vulnerability, highly influenced. Like,
I don't think it should be. I don't think it should come under sex education. Like, don't be putting things in that these young, they're impressionable men, boys and girls. I don't think you should be putting things into their head like that. I think it should be, you should help anybody that's got questions about themselves rather than putting the questions to them. If someone's got questions about themselves, you should help them. And I think with the trans stuff, I don't know what the lesson would be, but it needs to be around like discrimination and acceptance. You know what I'm trying to say? That everybody is everybody. We're all humans, regardless of what we relate to and what we see ourselves as, whatever sex we want to be. And it's about accepting and understanding that this is a normal part of society. I think that's how it should be packaged. So if you see a woman that looks like a man or a man that looks like a woman, or whatever, you're not confused. It's not alien to you. That you're not gonna be discriminative or do anything like. I think it should be packaged like that, not as like a sex thing about to find yourself, if that makes sense. Like, because I don't understand. Like, you're putting thoughts and stuff in people's head. You're putting seeds in people's heads. And if you water them, they're gonna grow.
So do you reckon those seeds could create gender dysphoria in someone who didn't prior even have those thoughts?
Well, yeah, but someone that's confused and going through things and not knowing.
No. That's someone who is confused. I'm saying, just to say someone wasn't.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just as a teenager, just in general, just being confused and going through life and then you put that to them.
Yeah.
It could create that, because when someone has questions and they're searching and you give them answers, they're gonna take them in. You know what I'm trying to say? So when I say confused, I don't even mean about their sex or anything. I just mean in general. Just in life. And then you start putting these ideas to them and then they start exploring them, it definitely can create stuff.
All right, so would it be better to have a system in place that the kids are made aware that if they are in this category of people who are maybe who are maybe confused, uneasy, then there's a place they can go to speak to someone.
Yeah.
A guidance counselor, an advisor, whatever.
Yeah.
But this subject shouldn't be general, is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, no. Because it's fine. It's fine. Everybody can do what they want. It's all right for everybody to do what they want. But it's like, when you package it up like that, it's like you're giving people options. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not so, because when you're saying, look, everybody could do what they want in it. But then
Yeah,
when
of
you
course.
come and start saying, look, I don't know whether you don't know, but you could do this, or you
Yeah.
could be this, or you could be this,
Yeah.
or you could be that. I'm just letting you don't know.
Yeah.
And then someone that's sitting down that's curious is gonna sit and go, let me. And it's something because you are going and putting them to the idea to them. You're inciting that. You know what I'm trying to say? Because they don't have questions. It's like you're saying, if you put things in place so if people have questions, they can go and get whatever help they need and stuff like that. And like I said, I think because it's such a big part of society, I think it's conversations that need to happen. I just think the way you package it and the information that you're giving them needs to be done in a certain way. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? But I don't know whether that's even feasible because they don't have classes about racism or anything or how to treat people or anything. Like just wellness classes. Those kind of classes don't exist, innit? So to say to make it up for like for the sex and stuff like that, it's a bit sketchy. But
So-
I don't know.
I'm reading this headline as is to say that the government or the schooling system has an agenda, right? Because that's kind of what this insinuates, right?
Mm.
Do we feel that way? Do we feel that there is an agenda to I don't know even how to word it, so I'm not even going to word it. But
No, I
do
think
you
the
feel like
agen-
there's an agenda?
I think the agenda's to spread awareness, and they're covering their own back. There's so much stuff going on around that whole conversation. So much people getting in trouble, losing their livelihood for using the wrong language and all these kind of things. I think they're just trying to spread information and get everybody up to speed. But the problem is, within that, they're doing something, and I don't know whether they. That's what the question is. I think what the person's saying they're doing, they are doing. I just don't think it's intentional. If that makes sense.
I'm trying to think, what would be the benefit then?
Of what? Of them doing that?
Yeah.
Information, sharing it.
So this is solely no, because obviously to me this headline screams, I don't know, some type of conspiracy, whatever.
Yeah.
Spreading information and teaching people
Mm.
for the betterment of the world and their lives is one thing.
Yeah.
In terms of the schooling system or the government at large having an agenda is a completely different conversation. I don't think there's an agenda to, again, I don't know how to phrase it, but I think this is just more so about just teaching people and spreading information as opposed to anything else, anything untoward.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this quote
Mm.
from this Tory MP again says, the rise in the number of children wanting to transition was a social contagion, right?
Yeah.
That speaks to social media. Now
Yeah.
it starts there and it's driven by the internet and reinforced
Mm.
in schools. So from what I hear, Margs, you kind of agree with this particular MP.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're saying, well, this is what it is, and the schools are basically trying to basically make sure that they are seen as participating with what
Yeah.
the culture
Yeah.
is dictating.
So this is kind of like,
They have to get everybody up to speed. They're gonna have trans students at some point. You get what I'm trying to say? Like society is going with it. They are trying to get ahead of it. I believe that's what they're trying to do. I don't want to be naive or anything. I honestly believe it's innocent.
but
to a certain extent.
what's the greater goal here?
It serves no purpose.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. If this was or is a conspiracy theory, what is the motivation behind it? What's the actual agenda? I mean, what's in the benefit of
With like anything, you just have to follow. You just have to follow the money. You
indoctrination kind of
just have to follow the money. So if you can't find me an excuse that makes someone benefit financially, then it's not real. As far as I'm concerned.
I don't see where there's any money.
I don't
in
see it
this.
either. I don't think it's conspiracy. I think, like I'm saying, we're doing this in real time.
Yeah.
We're all doing this in real time. We are literally all learning together. There's words that didn't exist the other day. There's phrases and language that literally did not exist a decade ago. We're working on the fly. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it all. We ain't got a fucking clue what we're doing. So it's trial and error at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's trial and error. But I think something's got to be done. You know what I'm trying to say? Like something's got to be done. Where it's just about, it's just popular in popular culture. If you don't do something to kind of police the attitudes towards it, things can spiral out of control. You don't know. Yeah. So I think it's necessary. I just think I would just like if it was packaged different. Like I wouldn't want you to take my son that's young and impressionable and start putting all these thoughts in his head and start giving him all these options and all these things he didn't even know he wanted or whatever.
Yeah.
Like let people be people, man. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Is that what you're saying? People with questions, people that need direction, people that are lost. Let's put things in place so we can help them. But I don't think you should be just they're just so young and impressionable and ideas and things that you're not going to feel like how you felt when you're 13, 14, 15. You're not going to feel like that in even 10 years' time, even 2 weeks' time. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? That? So I think it's too, I think they just need to find a way to deliver it. I honestly think the trans stuff should be more about acceptance and discrimination and from a place of knowledge. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Understanding and give these kids information so they understand this is society, this is how we live, this is normal. I don't think it should be about trying to give them, like, trying to push them to decisions about their sexuality. You get me? So, but I don't know how you find that balance.
Do you think, let's just take it outside of the secondary school education framing. Let's go into the working world where adults roam, right? Let's go into sports. And you're seeing articles cropping up here and there every single week regarding trans athletes, right? Most notably, them participating in women-only, OG women-only sports. See what I did there?
What's that, OG?
Straight. Do you think there's an agenda there?
As in the agenda for trans women to participate in women's sports?
As in whichever body is responsible for admitting them to participate in OG women's sports. Do you think there's an agenda there? Can you see?
They're scared, Brent. You see that demographic, and like you see like the LGBTQ community, it can be like going against them could be so detrimental. And not even going against them, but I'm saying like you can't make an enemy. You can't make an enemy of that community, or you'll be finished, innit? So they are so scared, They are so scared that they want to do anything to appease them, and then sometimes they go too far, but then they can't walk it back. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they go too far because everybody wants to be equal. So it's, yes, we're not thing at all. Everybody's equal. You want to be a woman, you're a woman. That's fine. That's totally fine. You want to go to a woman's toilet, that's fine. You want to compete with women, that's fine. You're a woman. And then it plays out in real life. And then you see a man smash up weightlifting records, and then they're looking going, oh, we might have got this one wrong.
But the divisiveness that is caused, the chaos that is caused amongst women and women groups is not detrimental to OG women.
Well, but I think women are their biggest supporters.
Are they?
I believe so.
What, in sports?
Not
in sports.
In general, though. In general.
I don't believe so in sports because think about it. If you're, I'm going to use Brent's term, an OG woman, right, and you're participating in sports, I'm assuming you want the playing field to be equal and fair, right? So if a trans woman now participates in women's sports, the trans woman still has the attributes she had prior to her transition, right? And that's now making the playing field unfair.
When you want to be so accommodating and they can't walk it back. So even an athlete woman, a woman that's an athlete and she thinks, I don't even know what the word is, but if she's in support of it and she believes that everybody has the right, yes, you are a woman, then when the trans woman wants to come swim, she can't walk that back. Even if she's thinking it in her head, in public, she can't walk that back. Because you got to be supportive. Like, you said this, you said I'm this, so then now you got to support. You can't walk that back. And this is what the problem is with a lot of people in society. The people that like in business and they've gone so far and gone above and beyond to be supportive with the stances that they've took, and then they've put certain things in place. They can't walk them back.
But
now.
the thing is, can't you pick and choose where you want to kind of be supportive and not be supportive?
Well, yeah, but they jumped the gun. They went too far to appease everybody. They went too far in the first place. Do you know what I'm trying to say? To make sure everybody's all cool. All right, cool. Boom. And now you start to walking it back, and that looks like discrimination, and that looks like this and that, and then they'll come after you, and then you'll be cooked. You'll be finished.
I think the main goal with education like this is to make sure and showcase all of these minority groups so that they can be seen as human also, right? The protection of life is the most important thing here. But because, as you said, everybody's just afraid and they're just making decisions willy-nilly, in the in the short term and long term, things are going to be more divisive because they're not taking time to actually look at it rationally. And these conversations are going to continue to crop up the more certain circumstances and instances where it doesn't play out well is reported to the internet.
You can't leave it to them. Do you know the curriculum? Do you understand it? You know what they're teaching? You don't have kids anyway. But what they're teaching the kids in school today, is the same syllabus that we learned in school.
Yeah.
It's the exact same syllabus that my mother learned.
Yeah.
You have to understand that. Like, literally, everything. Like, everything. You go through history, it's the same thing. You go through the Industrial Revolution, slave trade, Egypt, Silk Road. It's the same shit from 40 years. You're not going to learn nothing in there.
Yeah, because nothing has evolved there, isn't it? Huh? So, no, nothing's changed. So that's why you were learning the same stuff.
What, in life? Well, of course things have changed.
No, I mean, things have changed as in there's new historical events you can teach and stuff like that, but I feel like...
But there's things that's come out that's debunked a lot of the stuff that they taught us. A lot of the stuff that they taught us is not, obviously, I understand how they whitewash history, how they tell us things to, basically just use the history that them people put into place to colonize the world. They're still using it now.
Yeah.
With information, we've seen through that. They could revise some of that stuff that they're teaching people. Like, definitely, they could put more information about it. They can go in if they wanted to, if they cared, if they really wanted to, like about black people when they were registered. The history should have started the Atlantic slave trade. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They could do bare things if they wanted to. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That just the way that the world's packaged. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? That they'll lead you to believe what's the biggest man-made structure. Something, or one of them anyway. Something like, I don't know what, Great Wall of China.
You know what it is? I think...
They should let us know that, they should let people know that the Wall of Berlin was way bigger than that.
No, you're right. I feel like, I'm not sure how long this would be. I feel like in I won't say a few years, but in some years' time, I feel like, especially subjects like history, it's going to change. There's only so long we can learn about Henry VIII and his 7 wives. Soon, the present we're living in will now be someone's history. I think a certain amount of years have to pass before that happens.
It will, because they're definitely going to write Corona into the books, just like how we learned about the Black Plague and the Spanish flu.
Exactly.
Corona is going into the
But how many years have to pass? Like you said,
I don't know how it works.
Your mum's education, same as ours, whatever.
What would be funny though is seeing like my son learn about Corona in school, and then seeing what they're telling him, and me living through it and being able to say, that wasn't like that.
Yeah, because
that was like, you know what I'm saying?
It depends on the subject, but let's just use history because obviously that's a topic, isn't it? There's a lot of history that we're taught in schools that is irrelevant to our lives. It's basically just common knowledge. You learn it just to have knowledge about where you're at, what happened prior to you, but a lot of it is irrelevant.
It is. They indoctrinating us with history with our other educations. That's what they do. They put these things in place, like all the stuff, like all the things that we understand about race and all that stuff. It starts in school and that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm saying, like with the history of the world, when they do it, from the second when you go into history, from the second they start giving you information, they let you know black people and white people are odds. You know what I'm trying to say? And they don't give us the information from when it was kumbaya. People proper don't know that there was a time in life when it was kumbaya. They probably don't believe that. They don't understand it. So from the jump, you start putting things into your head, and then that's when you start to see yourself and you start separating yourself. Okay, cool, black people are down here, and I'm down here, and white people are here. It's all fucked.
I swear most history you learn is negative anyway.
For the most part.
For the most part.
I don't know what positive history. There's advances in science and technological discovery. There's bare positive history. Things happen that was good for us. But I mean...
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about none of that stuff. I'm just in terms of like... Obviously in school, what we learned about World War I, World War II, I don't know, Holocaust, like most of it, slavery, most of it is all negative stuff, isn't it? There's no like, okay, let's talk about a great time in history when so-and-so happened. It's just...
So
when talk about prosperity, the Industrial Revolution.
When you talk about the time of Kumbaya, you're talking about the Roman Empire?
I mean, I don't want to pretend like I'm some super historian and I can go and I can give you the timeline of when it was. So I don't know what era we're talking about. But you have to understand that race is a social construct. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like, these are facts and they put things there, implement them every day. So I can't tell you when the time was, but just logic, me being a common sense kind of man, there was 100% a point in life, Look, I'm not saying it's kumbaya, like there was no beef or nobody had things or whatever, but race wasn't like that. Like black people weren't black people.
I'm not gonna lie, are you talking about blacks against whites?
Just the divisive thing with the colours in the caste system, the colour caste system.
Because I don't know when that kumbaya time was.
Huh?
I don't know when that kumbaya time was.
Bro, black people haven't always been like, that's what I'm trying to say. We've been, I don't know, understand why we think this. So you think we were just born in the mud?
No, I'm not talking about black on black. I'm I'm talking about black versus white.
Yeah, even so. So what you think? Black people can't have nothing. Black people weren't prosperous. There's not black people from what's the word I'm looking for? You know, like
Are you talking about ancient Egypt?
kings, queens, people of prosperity, people like high upper class citizens, all of these things. Like you think that we don't have no representation of them in our history.
No, we do. What I thought you were saying was there was a time when there wasn't conflict between black and whites.
Not race wasn't a big. There was a time in life when race wasn't a big thing.
But how far back are you taking it though?
Yeah, so there was
That's the thing.
there was definitely a time when
Yeah, but you're talking about what?
It doesn't matter when it was.
there's definitely a time when the Moors traveled the world teaching math and civilization to many cultures.
They were accepted.
And yeah, 100%.
You go back, check Greek scholars and go send some of their writers. There's black people that
they were opulent.
All right. So teach me right now. When was the inception then? When did it all just go fucking pear shaped?
When
I have no idea.
When the white man decided to say, "All right, I'm now going to basically treat you like a bloody animal."
So it was a kumbaya. You know what?
When he says
Let's just tear shit
kumbaya,
up.
I'm thinking what he means is that we didn't mix like that, and when it is we did, it was for trade. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And we ourselves.
it was fine.
Yeah.
But
That's what I mean, yeah.
when give me a time. When was this?
Cave developers decided they were going to basically flip the script and look to make sure that we were not resources, we were bloody cattle to basically pick their flipping cotton. They didn't like the fact that they had to work to toil the land, so they're like, let's get some labor and let's treat them like absolute filth. So
It was a decision that got made. You think that someone made a decision? They went around the world collecting artifacts, taking people's history, destroying statues, monuments, burning books, paper, burning books, loads and loads of books. These people, you don't know what was before, and then they've told you what it is.
No,
he knows
that's
that.
kind of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying my knowledge to the relations of black and white people prior to the dismay that I've always been taught is very minute.
And this is my point I'm making. They should give us this information, because what they're feeding us is putting us at odds. Is telling us that it's this.
But the thing is,
And that's why
but it's relevant though, because it did happen. So like it happened, innit?
Yeah, but it starts there. We don't know nothing before. From the second you go into second, it starts. That's where it starts. That's where they press play.
And I think because what happened negates what happened prior. No, it does.
Fair enough. I mean,
so fuck the kumbaya before. What have you done to us for 400 years? That's very important now. So we can care less about the kumbaya that was happening prior. And how long was that kumbaya anyway before you decided to fuck us up?
I don't know. If there's any historians out there that can steer me down the right path and give me more information or tell me where to go to find the information, I would appreciate it, because I'd like to look into it so I can know more when I'm having these conversations.
I'm intrigued to know what period of time this was.
Well, let's look into it. That's homework.
All right,
Cool.
let's clarify a question you're asking, right?
Yeah.
When you say you want to know the time it was that
Yeah.
there was kumbaya, what are you in your head depicting as kumbaya? When everybody was living in peace?
Mark said kumbaya in it, so I'm just going off what he said.
All right, let's define kumbaya.
I don't
Okay,
know.
I'm not saying that everybody lived in peace times. There's always been war, rare. A lot of these things, a lot of these problems in our life was like is down to like the class system and that. So there's always been these kind of things. There was a point in life here where people was not vilified just because of the color of their skin, bro. There was.
Yeah, I'm sure there was, but when was that? So, okay, cool. In the landscape of the world, what was the world like before slavery? Like, how did white...
This is an open free trade. Black men could go trade around the world teaching people.
How did white and black people interact? Was there level...
Just like normal humans. It was more about your class.
So it was all about class. There was no racial discrimination.
It was more, class is, even today, people don't even realize it. Class is more important than race today.
There's always been a form of slavery from the very, very beginning. So it's not just a recent thing. You're talking about the transatlantic.
I'm talking about.
right?
Yeah, because white people were slaves back in the day. Romans had white slaves in that.
They had all sorts of slaves.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, so it's your class. So if you come from the bottom, you're going to stay at the bottom anyway. You know what I'm trying to say? Like middle class, upper class, rare. But race didn't dictate that though. Like we were saying, black men could go around the world, free trade, teach people things. If you go and you look, scholars are some of the most respected scholars in the world. Greek people read, they'll tell you about the Moors coming over, talk about black man in history, teaching man, and rare. These things happen. But no one, that kind of stuff's not even told to you. You think that stuff's not even Like, man, listen to what I'm talking, think I'm talking nonsense.
Do you think it's important for us to?
Yeah.
Why?
What, to know it?
Yeah.
Because you need to know yourself. Because knowledge is power. When you know better, you'll do better. And you don't know what you don't know.
Okay, cool. Based on what you've told me today, so I'm gonna leave now thinking that there was a time when there was more peace. How is that information that I've just learned today? That's not gonna change anything.
I mean, it could change your mindset towards things. It could change your mindset towards...
It won't, because I don't even have a negative, bad mindset anyway. But obviously, others do. But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's not important for the world or people to know that it wasn't always the way it was. But there's always been a form of it. And even this new information I've got today doesn't change what has happened, what is happening today still.
I mean, some people are curious. Knowledge is power in it. So you put ideas into the air, and some people can pick them up. It might not do anything.
Yeah.
It could, like for everybody, not just black people, white people, it could change your outlook on life and your outlook towards race and make you question certain things about why you act the way you act, why you feel the way
I don't think you
feel.
can, because racism is still very, very, very much happening today. So it's like, it's not, you know what I mean? It's I can't now think about all these years ago when black people are still getting killed today for nothing because of the colour of their skin.
Okay, that's fine, but you understand certain things. Like if you move forward and you grow and you have children, and there's certain things you want to install into your children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So just for the well-being of the future and stuff like that, for like my son, I don't want to install all this stuff that they taught me into him, or just like no, like the world's your oyster, the sky's the limit.
Yeah,
We are
for
kings
sure.
and queens.
Of
Like,
course.
you know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, because each to their own, innit? If you can't use it, then I suppose it's not important to you.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I just like to know shit. Anyway, I don't like to feel like the wall's being pulled over my eyes. I like to know shit so I can have the information, make a decision with what I know. So I just like to know. So for me personally, I think it's important to know everything.
Okay. I hear that.
All right, just so that people could help us in the comments, Marks. So you want them to let you know when blacks, whites, etc., were all at peace with each other.
To a certain extent, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, there's never been peace. You get me? There's always been.
But not hatred because of one's race.
Yes.
Okay.
If someone can help me with that, that'd be fine. Okay.
I'm interested to see the comments.
Why do you reckon? Do you reckon that time doesn't exist?
No, I believe that there are conflicting arguments being had here. And there are a couple of points that I agree with. For example, the whole it's been running classes stuff for the entire time humanity has been around, right? Means has always been that deciding factor whether one should pilfer or whether one should not. Religion is a major part of this component.
Definitely.
And when you take Islam, you have Muslims from all different walks of life, right? Again, same with Christianity. So where did this particular shift come where one creed of man decides that another creed of man is inferior, and in classifying him as inferior, he no longer is a human being, or she no longer is a human being, so they no longer count. When did that shift happen? I do believe there was a marked point in history when that happened.
There is, and some of the historians, someone who knows their stuff can find
But
it.
the
I
thing
hear
is, you know,
Akala
it's-
talking about that kind of stuff
But
all the time.
it's very ancient, though.
Ancient.
Very ancient.
Well, but it doesn't matter. Like, you can't say it's so old. It doesn't matter.
Because I just oh shit, I just Googled something. Innit? So the legal institution of human, I believe it's chattel slavery, comprising the enslavement primarily of African and African Americans, was prevalent in the United States from its founding in 1776 until 1865. So it's Asian history, bro.
No, this is that the 1765 is it's
That's
not mad.
right. I'm talking. We got to go further back.
Yeah, much further back.
No. That's what I'm saying.
So what you're saying is so far. You're saying it's so far back it don't matter.
No, I'm saying what you two are talking about is further back than the dates I just read. Is what I'm saying.
No,
Yeah.
this is why I was asking Margs, like, what is he referring to? Because I know about the Roman Empire and how every single creed of man was present under their governance, and it was all about them looking to make sure there is as much peace as possible. And if there's a dictatorship, there is going to be peace. I understand that, but what Marx was saying was that there was one point in time where blacks and whites were not at
Okay, cool. I think
odds.
my question is then, how does that help us today?
Oh, history is history. I mean, information is.
It doesn't
power.
help us today. Let's just keep it a buck. It doesn't help us.
When you say it doesn't help us, you're talking about in.
So in the world today, right, there are blacks and whites who are not at odds. There is peace. There are people who have friends, family. It's not all war and destruction, right? So there are black and whites, Chinese, Indians who all get along, right? But in that, there is still hatred and racism. What I'm saying is, how does this information that in ancient history, it was more of a peaceful time, what does that information do for us today? It does nothing.
I think what he initially was talking about was partly identity. And this is kind of why I said things were being conflated a bit. It's important to know where you came from and know where your people came from and know who your type of creed were in this world before all they're seeing today. Because all we're seeing today can't be all we feel has come before. Do you understand? If it is that we know.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. And
No, I'm not saying that black people shouldn't know where they came from and we were kings and queens and we were, royalty. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the relations between blacks and whites. You're talking about, let's discuss how it was in 1362. Like, so much stuff has happened after that for me negates all that. So why go so far back in time to talk about a time when I don't know even how to describe it, but what are you talking about? The Stone Age? Like, you're talking about so long ago. Look at what happened after that. Look what's happening today. Why are those relations important today when they've proven themselves unworthy? Like, they've treated us like shit after that time. So who cares about how they treated us way, way, way back then when we've got evidence of how they treated us for so long and even in 2022? So why do I care about how things were
and this is
in
what,
12-2?
Because
you know what I mean?
It's important because if educators now come in, quote unquote, woke educators who actually know what happened when the switch came into play, and they're now responsible for sculpting the curriculum for the next 100 years. If they're now on that particular decision panel, they can now change the narrative. They can now rewrite history. They can rewrite the type of information and data that is being fed into the minds of children.
It's true.
Now, children are, like I said, malleable mentally. So if right from day dot, they're looking to reverse this quote-unquote innate feeling in them to look at another and just despise them because of the difference, after a while, that particular level of education will permeate society en masse.
But the thing is, remember, I was born in the 80s, right? And I didn't grow up hating white people, even though there's a history of it. So just because you're born without knowledge of, once peace, doesn't mean you grow up hating.
Black people don't grow up hating white people.
Obviously, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're saying that.
No, but you're black. You're saying that you didn't grow up hating white people.
Yeah.
I know. En masse, black people don't grow up hating white people.
That's what I'm saying. Even though I didn't have this knowledge prior, it didn't affect the way I was treating white people. I
hear that, but on the other side, white people grow up feeling they're superior to black people.
Yeah.
That's the that's the re-education that one is saying that needs to change. It's not on our end, it's on their end.
Oh, so you're saying the re-education is for white people?
100%.
For everyone as well, but
I was looking at it the other way.
No. We are having crimes perpetrated against us.
That's why I'm so perplexed right now. I'm thinking, what are you guys saying?
No.
So your whole argument this whole time has been educating
Marx is saying
white people.
race is a social construct, right?
Okay.
He's saying that's how we started. It's a social construct, and he's saying even before this, it wasn't a race thing. It was all about class.
Yeah.
He's like saying, let's get back to the facts of the issue, right?
Yeah.
And to be honest, worldwide, it's more so about class than race. When you're talking about indifference, when you're talking about unfairness, it's mostly class than race.
Definitely, people don't even realize class trumps race today in 2002 with everything that's going on. Class trumps race. I'm telling you,
it does because money talks.
Yeah,
majorly. Okay, cool. So I think this whole time I haven't known exactly where you're coming from in terms of where the education or the knowing who needs to be directed at. If you're talking about white kids, then I can understand.
They're more so as well. But I honestly believe everyone. It's more not naive. It's more like hope that if like people might have like a light bulb moment and think like, oh, like I don't have to like hate or like the way I feel is not even like if people might understand. Cause you feel like when you feel like you've been duped. Like the way I feel is not even like my own feelings. If that makes sense. Like it's not even like I'm not even. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm saying, but there's a part of me that hope that like just hope and think like that's the dream. That's why you educate, because when you educate and people know things, and like it can change. It can change people's mindsets. It can change the world.
So okay, cool. Are you under the impression that most white kids, whether or not they were born in the 80s or 70s or born now, believe that whites and blacks have always been at conflict and white people have always been superior and on the necks of black people?
Yes.
And you're saying there was a time when this never happened, and if they knew that, it might change their mindset today.
Yeah, because you might not, because if you come into the game looking at that, then you're automatically going to look down anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So if you're being taught something differently, then there's no reason for you to look down.
No, it is. But the issue is for me is these things are still happening today. So this, okay, cool. This never happened before, but it's happening now. So how do you navigate in today's world where black people are still being treated like shit by white people?
I don't know. See, and I don't have the answers. I'd be a leader of a party.
You know what I mean? Because, okay, cool. Yeah, we've got evidence that it wasn't always like this, but it is like this now. So where do I, as a white person, where do I sit?
I don't know.
Am I on the fence? You know what I mean?
But then but then what do you do? Do you just not address it?
But how do you address it?
Again,
Just the thing is, be a good person. If that's not in your heart to be racist, then don't be that way. Like, I understand children can be manipulated and they can be programmed to believe certain things, right? But you're a kid, so I give you grace. But if you're an adult or even a teenager, like you don't have to be a hateful person.
If it's something you've been taught your whole life. How can you begrudge them if it's something they've been taught their whole life? This is what I'm trying to say. Teach them different things.
White children are not being taught to be.
Their whole privilege. They are. The whole setup of life in society from when they're born, without people even realizing it.
That's the world. I'm talking about in the school system, right?
100% in school system.
I'm talking about school system.
They're seeing images of white Egyptians. They're seeing imagery of all of these artifacts in their flipping museums of them conquering, and even how they've conquered lands, how it's kind of framed. It's glorious. In their word for history, goes to school. There is the school system. Every single way that they're depicted, when they see someone that looks like them from the history, is glorious.
You know,
and then when they look to you, who's your brethren, because we started off as friends, we're just cool. Yeah. But every time I see someone who looks like Donnie, they're damn bad.
I'm not arguing that white people are not seen to be the overseers of all. I'm not saying that. I'm saying white kids are not taught to be racist and to hate and to be discriminatory. They are taught that they have privilege and that they are the rulers of the world. Yes. But that doesn't mean you have to be a fucking dickhead about it. You know what I mean? It doesn't. And I understand that those two things sometimes meet. Feeling that you're above everyone else and hating people below you. Yeah, those two things do marry.
Question. You're Nigerian, right?
Yeah.
And you are aware that your parents, I guess maybe during secondary school, maybe primary school, maybe even flipping college and university, whenever any talk of Jamaicans or West Indians were brought to you, what was the vibe they gave off?
That Jamaicans and Caribbeans were trouble.
All right, so if this is within our own community, right?
But, yeah.
And you can see how a parent's tutelage can form.
But I won't lie, it didn't really bother me. I always look, maybe the thing is... What do you mean what?
You didn't go out thinking Jamaicans were a particular way?
No, I'll be honest with you. You know what it is? I didn't see any evidence of it.
Well, to be honest, I cannot be honest and say that
because I saw black people. I saw.
You thought Jamaica was trouble.
No, it is. I had African brethren who were worse than Jamaican brethren. I had Caribbean friends who were quiet, timid. I had African friends who were loud and boisterous. What my parents told me, to me, it was like I was like almost rebelling against them.
Okay.
Oh, you're jamming with friends. I'm like, shut up. Don't talk about my jam. Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, you're just being a parent who's being annoying.
100%.
Don't tell me I can't hang around Jamaicans. No, I'm hang around Jamaicans.
100%. But what?
You know what I mean? What are you talking about? I'm hanging around Jamaicans, bro. Big man.
The same for that.
Yeah.
How about homosexuality?
My parents didn't really
I hear
talk to me
that,
about
but
homosexuality.
did they just welcome them with open arms?
It was never, I'll be honest with you, it was never a
I
conversation.
hear it's never a conversation, but in your
In
mind,
your sight,
didn't you need to
culturally,
unlearn?
you didn't.
Did you?
Yeah.
They didn't need to tell you anything. Culturally,
No,
you know
my
what I want.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not my parents, though. So, society, religion,
But your parents would be reinforcing it in the house somewhere. You would have seen it growing up.
I'll be honest with you, me and my parents have never had any conversation about homosexuality at all.
No, but you've never seen them with a homosexual friend either, or have a homosexual in your household, or
responding to articles or news.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Because I knew, to be fair, I can't really, no, it is. I can't force a thought right now because it was never a thought when I was younger about my parents and whether or not they had gay friends or whatever. It was never a thought, so I can't pretend that it was now. When it comes to that, I learned a lot of that from society, school, friends. That's how my views on homosexuality were formed. Nothing to do with my parents at all.
Okay.
Nothing to do with my parents. And I can't pretend that they did because we're having a conversation. Nothing to do with my parents.
All right, cool. Well, we as adults are unlearning things every single day, right?
Yeah.
Certain habits take a certain while to. I think there's like a saying about how long a habit, how long it takes for a habit to be, like reversed or erased. But this particular indoctrination from like early through the schooling system, through how organizations and societies actually work. Sorry, organizations and corporations work when they go into the workplace. All of this is reinforcing this idea that whites are superior to any other.
Yeah.
They're right at the top of the totem pole. And the worst thing is when you even go to these countries, you even see them looking to reinforce that because of all of the media that they're consuming. You understand? So it's going to be a difficult journey. In our lifetime, we may not see the actual reverse of it. But I do believe in 100 years, the world's going to look completely different. And I don't think it's going to be race. It will still be flipping class. Literally, it'll be majority class. Majority, because every single aspect of what we deem to be common play is being just put on its head.
So, okay, one last question before we can move on, right? Even though you're saying class kind of trumps racism.
Yeah.
Is race still the defining factor?
In which land? Because
even in business.
In the West.
So let's say business, you've got a company, right? And they want to do business with two other companies. These companies are both the same class level. They're both worth the same amount of money, but one's owned by a black man, one's owned by a white man. Now class is level, race is now the defining factor.
That would play on what's in, whoever's making the decision, that will play on what's in their heart, I guess. So I get what you're saying, because if it's level playing fields all across the board, and that's the only difference, that is going to be the deciding factor. And then that would then, whoever's making the decision, that would just depend on what's in their heart, innit?
Bear in mind, it's not just white people that look down on black people.
Yeah, no. No, it is. In my mind, I'm trying to think, when does race trump class?
When does it?
Yeah. Or is it the other way around?
To ask the question again?
No, I'm trying to figure out if I'm trying to ask, when does race trump class?
Because we're saying like, obviously, like, class is more important than race really has more effect on us. He's saying, in what situations is race more important?
Yeah, sorry.
So I need the question asked again. Like, when we say when is race more important, like in what aspect?
So when would the decision be made solely based on race and the class doesn't matter?
As in,
again, I'm confused myself in this question, but I think I know what I'm trying to say, but I don't know if I'm conveying it right.
All right, so we see examples of people losing jobs or not getting jobs just because of their name, right?
Yeah.
Because their name is associated to a particular race.
Yeah.
We see the maltreatment of people in the workplace just because of their race, right? It doesn't even matter what class they are. We even hear stuff about old money, new money, right? And we see a lot of athletes these days are black, especially in America, like very, very rich. But walk into a room and ask to own a football club. You can't do that because of your race, right? That's attached to it. Is this what you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what He's giving you examples. That must be what you was talking about now.
You know what? I think what I'm trying to convey, I don't think I can get it right now. So, but what you said makes sense, but I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with that being said, I think that was
the
great debaters. I mean, girls, eat your heart out, man.
No, that was a good.
I want to say we miss you, but you see when the men are chopping it up,
it's different.
It's different. But let's get into our next headline.
All right, large up Ketanji Brown Jackson. Ketanji Brown Jackson has been sworn in as the newest Associate Supreme Court Justice, becoming the first Black woman to serve on America's highest court. The appointment follows one of the most consequential Supreme Court terms in recent memory, with significant rulings on abortion and gun rights. The former public defender joins the court at a difficult period in its history. The 9-member court is currently split between 6 Republican appointed justices and 3 picked by Democrats. In recent weeks, it delivered several groundbreaking decisions like overturning the 50-year-old Roe versus Wade decision on abortion, striking down a New York law restricting gun carrying rights, and limiting the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's power to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The lifetime appointment will likely see Ms. Jackson on the bench for decades, but will not shift the current ideological balance of the court. The addition of Ms. Jackson to the court means that its liberal minority, with Justice Elena Kagan and Justice Sonia Sotomayor, will be made up entirely of women.
Well, all the ethnics on there are women. They're trying to control them. You think they're smart? No, trust me, I don't trust these people. They think they're smart. Also, what do you mean striking down a New York law restricting gun carrying rights? They're trying to let them carry guns in New York now.
I just don't believe that would be the case.
You're not allowed to bear arms in New York
without a permit or something.
So if it says striking down laws restricting gun carrying rights, so striking down means getting away with.
Yeah.
That's restricting laws. That means there's less restrictions. That means it's easier to carry firearms on the streets of New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people, New York it does not need to be any easier to carry guns in New York. I don't know what they're doing with these decisions that they're making here. I think they're just saying, let's just see how much we can fuck the place up, innit?
Yeah, it looks like that, but I see the title of this is Big Up Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Oh, sorry.
I want to know if Emmanuel just wrote this.
I think he just wanted to give her flowers.
Well, big up Ketanji Brown Jackson.
It sounded like she's doing a whole set of wickedness. Reversing the Raid versus Raw. I mean, come on.
I think he's just happy that she's a Black woman in a position of power. That's kind of Emman's thing, isn't it?
Right. Boy, they're onto the Supreme Court about the decisions that they're making and all that, and they say, okay, well, here's this for you. We've got a Black woman there now. They trying to piss people off. They just want it to be uproar. But no, big up her though, man.
100%.
Yeah. The first Black woman to serve on America's highest court. Big up you.
All right, second headline. Ben & Jerry take a cold political stance. Ben & Jerry's has said it does not agree with a deal by its parent company, Unilever, that allows its ice cream to continue being sold in Israeli settlements in the occupied West Bank. The firm said it still believed it was inconsistent with Ben & Jerry's values for our ice cream to be sold in the occupied Palestinian territory. This is a big statement and one that was welcomed by many Palestinians.
Free Palestine.
Israel praised Unilever's reversal of last year's decision by Ben & Jerry to stop such sales as a victory against discrimination and anti-Semitism. Unilever, how do you pronounce that? Unilever or Unilever?
Unilever.
Unilever said in a statement on Wednesday that it was now selling its Ben & Jerry's business interest in Israel to Mr. Avi Zinger, who owns American Quality Products, AQP. The new arrangement means Ben & Jerry's will be sold under its Hebrew and Arabic names throughout Israel and the West Bank under the full ownership of the current license, i.e. American Quality Products. Mr. Zinger thanked Unilever and the Israeli government for their support in reaching a deal which he said gave him the rights to sell the ice cream forever. He said there is no place for discrimination in the commercial sale of ice cream. It has always been important to me to ensure that all customers, no matter their identity, are free to munch some Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
What is uproar for ice cream, you know? What's your flavor?
Yeah.
So what they're saying, so 1 second, because I was, as this was going on, I thought I understood what was going on, and towards the end I kind of got confused. Are they saying that they're continuing the sale of Ben & Jerry's
but just
in
under
West Bank?
the Hebrew and, what did it say, sorry?
Arabic.
names.
What? So was they trying to stop it?
All right, let me read this again. All right. Ben & Jerry's has said it doesn't agree with the deal by its parent company Unilever that allows its ice cream to continue being sold in Israeli settlements in the occupied West Bank.
Sorry, just pause it there. So Ben & Jerry doesn't agree with the fact that they're still selling the ice cream there. So then they've made them change the name or something. So Ben & Jerry don't want them to sell the ice cream in the occupied place. Okay, I'm with it now.
Cool.
I get it.
All right.
I get it. I'm sorry, I'm here.
That's all right.
Because it's free Palestine.
So we're good there?
Yeah, we're good.
All
It's
right.
always free Palestine.
Cool. All right, so that's Word on Road, no?
Yes.
Let's
Word
go into
on
our
road.
next. Let's go into our next segment. Word on the road, big man use.
What are you telling me? All right, guys, welcome to Word on Road. You know, I was always the unofficial.
She's gonna be steaming watching this.
I was always the unofficial co-host anyway, but now today I'm the official host. All right, let's talk about some NBA news. Obviously, free agency is upon us. Well, it's not upon us. It's actually happening right now. There's been a ton of deals, a ton of contracts given out, and one bit of major news, which we'll start with. KD, Kevin Durant, after signing with the Brooklyn Nets in 2019, after forming the greatest offensive super team of all time between himself, James Harden and Kyrie Irving, after failing to deliver a championship to Brooklyn, after James Harden left, Kyrie didn't want to play because of COVID, it's all fucked. He's asked for a trade.
I can't believe that.
Like, this for me is the biggest bust in the NBA history, this whole 3 years of the Nets. Like, to have that firepower and for them to not even get to a conference finals, like, not even to winning a chip was the only
You know what?
goal of this.
Because you see, let me tell you where my mind went straight away. Yeah.
No, they got conference finals online. They got conference finals against the Bucks online.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you where my mind went straight away. Yeah. How could he do that to Kyrie?
What do you mean, how could you do that to Kyrie? What's Kyrie been doing to him for the past couple of years?
No, but I'm a Kyrie super fan.
But remember, Kyrie's been wishy-washy with his commitments, right?
Yeah, but he's got reasons.
I'm not blaming him.
With Kyrie.
I'm not blaming him for not wanting to get vaccinated. But obviously, that did affect
Definitely.
last season, right?
Definitely.
Then he's taken leave of absence randomly because of whatever reasons. Like, it feels like Kyrie's mind has been in a different place. He hasn't been fully committed to basketball.
But he's an amazing basketballer. He's my favorite basketballer. I'm the president of the Kyrie.
Oh, okay.
I'm the president of the Kyrie fan club,
Okay,
basically.
okay.
But anyway, so I was thinking, how could he do this to him? Because my man literally just opted in and took the 1 year extension for 37 million.
Yeah, but who?
Kyrie.
Yeah, but he don't want to stay though.
Exactly. So
He done that
Exactly.
to get
So-
the money guaranteed.
So let me. This is my thought was going to play
Okay,
out. So instantly I went, right. Kyrie just signed. How can he ask for a trade?
Yeah.
But Kyrie and KD are brethren.
Yeah.
They've obviously spoke this through.
Oh yeah, of course.
And he's only done the 1 year for the money because the Nets offered him a longer extension.
Yeah.
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 But he refused it.
Yeah.
He refused a longer extension.
Yeah.
And he said, nah, I'm just gonna opt in, do my year,
Yeah.
get my 37 million.
Yeah. Exactly.
They've spoke about this.
Yeah.
So then he's like, get your money, Playboy. You get your money, Playboy, and then you're a free agent next year.
Yeah.
You do what you want.
Yeah.
I'm out here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I
They
think-
screwed them. And Ben Simmons and Kyrie ain't gonna do
Nah.
nothing. But you could get a big haul for KD though.
You can, but the thing is, I'm reading a lot of different rumors in it. So there's one rumor that KD and Kyrie still want to play together somehow, some way. But I'm hearing another rumor that Kyrie wants to force his way to LA to play to play for the Lakers to reunite with LeBron.
Oh, because he can still get traded.
Kyrie, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm reading about headline that
Stop that, please, Brent. Sorry.
that Lakers feel that they have a package.
I have access to Margs's phone,
Well, not a
and I did not know that. Right.
That Lakers feel that they have a package to trade for both KD and Kyrie, which I feel like they don't have. Because if they do, that means that they got to trade AD, probably Westbrook, and a few other players for those two, and some picks, whatever.
You'll do it though.
You'll do it if you're the Nets, right? Actually, do it if you're.
I feel the Lakers. I mean, AD's he's not a boss, but AD's not. AD's not that.
No. If you're the Nets, you're less likely to do that.
If he wants to go,
to take.
If he listen,
but remember, there's other packages out there than that package to take an injury-prone Anthony Davis
and a crazy
Russell Westbrook for KD and Kyrie. If I'm the Nets, I'm saying fuck off.
But listen, yeah, their value's not their value, bro.
Yeah,
because that Kyrie. You will trade him. You trade him for anything. You're gonna get peanuts on the dollar, blood. Because he'll walk for free next year.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So if you can get something back for him, you'll do it. If KD's saying he wants to go, obviously there's value in him because you're gonna get big pieces for him. But there's no real value in keeping him, if that makes sense. They're done. It's not like having KD and Kyrie with the situation where it is now. Like the Nets are kind of screwed.
They are because they've got KD and Ben Simmons.
They're screwed.
And obviously KD's trying to work out a trade. He's put the Heat, this is alleged, he put the Heat and the Suns as his top two destinations that he wants to land in it. So I'm seeing a lot of
He went to the Suns. Oh,
so I'm seeing a lot of mock-up trades to what would make sense. And I'm seeing a lot
from
of...
Woj? You seen anything from Woj? What's Woj saying?
In terms of the trade destinations, Heat and Suns. In terms of, all these sites, they do their mock trades and ideal scenarios for different teams in it. So I'm seeing a lot of free team trades, which help KD land in Phoenix. But I saw one, which was so KD to the Suns, and then the Suns send DeAndre Ayton
would be
Mikal Bridges, 3 first-round picks and 3 first-round swaps to the Nets. But I'm hearing that Phoenix are saying if you're not sending the Nets are saying, if you ain't sending Devin Booker our way, forget about it. We're not interested in a DeAndre Ayton for Kevin Durant and some extra players. Nah, it has to be star for star. Booker for KD. So
that's gonna shake up the whole league, bro.
Yeah, literally, he's gonna tip the balance of certain teams because he's gonna go somewhere where he's gonna win. Where he's gonna go to a contender for sure. You don't leave. After having 3 terrible years in Brooklyn, you don't go and, I don't know. But I'm hearing, obviously, Dame Lillard tried to
tell him come
recruit him. I'm seeing another rumor that Pelicans might put a package together. It's going to be...
All right, he's not going to Pelicans. That's yucky.
The Nets are going to get a haul for him, regardless, isn't it? Wherever he goes, they're going to get...
I'm going home to just watch NBA. I watched it live. Watch First Take and First Things First, then The Herd.
Yeah.
I'm watching all of it. Go forget Adrian Wojnarowski and Brian Winghurst. These men will give you the... These men will give you the inside scoop, whatever you want to know. Chris Broussard. These men will give you. These men will give you the scoop. That's serious. Still.
That's serious. All right, a couple other headlines from the NBA. So, Jokic has signed Supermax extension, the largest deal in NBA history.
Is it?
Yeah. So his deal is 5 years, 270 million. But that takes his total deal to 6 years, 303 million, which is the largest deal in NBA history. So
how much per year is that? 6 divided by 303?
Yeah.
How much per year is that?
So,
50 something.
303.
What's the highest contract at the minute? 30, 38? No, what's Harden on? 42? No, Russell Westbrook just opted in for 40 something, innit?
Yeah.
41 or 47 or something stupid like that.
What
does that work out to though?
I'm doing the maths 1 second. Divided by 6, that's what 50.5.
50.5 hell.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Jokic is getting paid.
That's crazy.
Devin Booker extension, 224 million, 4 years. Ja Morant, 193 million, 5 years.
Is it?
Cat, 224 million, 4 years.
Oh, they gave. Oh, I don't know if I would have given it to Cat. Well,
Yeah.
again, no, they haven't. They
Yeah.
wouldn't. You ain't got no choice.
Harden has opted out, but apparently he's opted out so he can
Sign a new thing.
Sign a new trade.
with 76ers.
76ers, but take a less money so they have more cap space to sign other players.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, apparently, which is I'm kind of surprised by that because he's normally like a selfish person who just does what he wants for himself.
Okay, it's grown.
So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting few days. Predictions. Where do you think KD's gonna end up? Where do you think Kyrie's gonna end up?
Well, now that KD's done that, Kyrie gets traded. Kyrie will go. I could see Kyrie go. I could see Kyrie at the Lakers.
If the rumors are true, then I think he's gonna go Lakers.
Yeah, I could see Kyrie at the Lakers.
Yeah,
I could see Kyrie at the Lakers.
I think him playing with Bron again. Bron, thing is, if everyone's healthy, Bron, AD, and Kyrie is the perfect fit. The perfect fit. Like you can't get better than that. It's just that if Kyrie goes Lakers, where's Russ going? Because Russ ain't staying. They gotta get rid of Russ.
They'll send Russ anyway.
ASAP. They gotta get rid of him ASAP. But he opted in though.
Yeah.
But he can still get traded.
It was big money. Of course he's gonna opt in. A big piece.
You know what pissed me off? Bradley Beal.
What did he do?
He opted in. No, he opted out.
Then signed again?
a new deal
With them?
with them. This guy doesn't want to win. He just wants a piece. He's all about loyalty and like Dame,
Lillard.
like Dame, yeah.
Yeah, Dame.
Big man. Bradley Beal. When I heard he opted out, I thought, okay, cool. This guy's about to change the landscape of the NBA. Wherever he goes, like if he goes.
When last season, when there
Bucks.
was stories about him going to the Lakers, and I was like, nah, they're good. He can't go there. Bill's cold.
Yeah,
you
Bill's
know?
cold. Thing is, Bill can opt out and guarantee himself a win. Imagine Bill went to the Bucks
Yeah,
or
stupid.
Golden State.
He couldn't go to the Bucks. Bucks will win every year. That's it. I think.
Yeah, but why would you want to guarantee that for yourself? Let me go to the Bucks, team up with Giannis, and
Who would that be? Giannis, Holiday, Middleton,
fam, it's a wrap.
Bill,
It's a wrap.
Lopez or something.
It's a wrap. Even if he went to the Warriors, that'll just be KD all over again. Bradley, Bill, Clay, and Steph, and all the other great pieces they have, Wiggins and Paul and their man, Draymond. Man, it's a wrap. But he said he wants to play in Washington and just.
I don't know who's got not cap space. I don't know who's got pieces for the packages because obviously I'm pretending like I was abreast of the information. You
Yeah.
gave me that just now.
Yeah.
You gave me that. I want to go home and look. I don't know where Katie's gonna end up. I need to see who's got packages, who's got the pieces, who can do what to see
Yeah.
to see how it looks.
I think we might end up being surprised by where he actually ends up.
Definitely gonna go to a contender. So if he goes,
Question though. Obviously, he was given slack for joining the Warriors in the first place.
Mm.
The team that beat him, he couldn't beat him, so that he joined them and he won 2 chips. Went to Brooklyn. This is meant to be his team now. Didn't work out. If he now goes and runs to a contender, a sure thing, is that further just adding to the narrative that KD can't do it by himself? He needs a super team. He can't lead a team. He can have a super team, but lead it. But he's never won himself. He only won when he went Golden State.
Yeah, it don't help his story at all.
Yeah.
The narrative is not a good look. Him and Kyrie. This is like
Kyrie, yeah. Kyrie's
because obviously you can't mess up someone's legacy, like so you can't minus it. You can't take away what they've done. You know what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that. And obviously these men got a chance to add to it every season. But
Yeah.
the story that's being told is the story.
Yeah.
And what's happened at the Nets is no good. It's no good for none of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's a stain on there.
This is a massive stain.
Yeah.
Like, Brooklyn are in the mud. They must be livid right now.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna find a new team soon.
Yeah.
I support whoever Kyrie plays for, that's who I support.
Then you're going to be like me and you're going to support the Lakers soon. I'll tell you that. All right, second bit of news. I know Esther will definitely cover this. I've got to cover it. Beyonce has released the album cover to her album, Act 1 Renaissance. All right. So it is her sitting on it was like a crystal or like a see-through horse. And she's dressed in this very, it's like a bikini or swimsuit made out of like fawns. Let me pass it over to you so you can look. So you can maybe describe it better than me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a black
Oh, shit.
background.
Well, this is the album
Album cover.
Cover.
Yeah. Album cover, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she is on a
Some type of
crystal horse.
yeah.
She's not wearing a lot of clothes.
There's a lot of skin.
It's a lot of skin. The breasts are breasting.
There you go.
This is a good album cover.
Yeah.
Beyonce.
It's surprising though. That's as much skin I think she's ever shown on the album cover. Or even
Why is she moving like this?
period.
She's all like a stallion.
Do you
She's grown.
do you get a vibe from the name and the album cover combined, and the single? From hearing the single, seeing the album cover, and knowing the name of the album, what is it giving you?
Isn't she saying that she's riding the stallion? She's the queen
Right, that's what I was thinking, but she's sending shots at
of the
Meg.
stallion.
You think that's a shot to Meg the
See?
Stallion? No, impossible. Meg is not big enough. Beyonce to take shots.
That's as I said. I ride you, bitch.
I said, I ride you, bitch. I don't know what kind of vibe I could pick up from this album, but yeah, I'm assuming
Yeah.
she's on smoke.
Okay.
Like, this album has to be good because this energy. Have you noticed I haven't stopped looking at it since you gave it to me?
No, I've noticed. No. I think it's Beyonce, so obviously the album will be good, but it's like, what vibe is she giving us?
Buff. I ain't seen her moving like this. I don't even know what frame of mind she's in. I ain't seen her
Yeah.
black white.
Yeah, Beyonce has never shown us this one skin before. Like, the breasts are percolating, the thighs out. The face looking kind of mean though. Very stern face look.
Big energy, man. Big up her, man. I look forward to the album, man.
But yeah, the album drops 29th of July, so it's soon. 29 days.
Maybe it's a play on the whole Valkyrie thing.
Okay.
Oh, there's even the caption. I didn't notice. Should I read it or leave it?
What's the caption?
The caption. Caption is, creating this album allowed me a place to dream and to find escape during a scary time for the world. It allowed me to feel free and adventurous in a time when little else was moving. My intention was to create a safe place, a place without judgment. Okay, I feel like I'm getting where she's coming from now. A place to be free of perfectionism and overthinking. A place to scream, release, feel freedom. It was a beautiful journey of exploration. I hope you find joy in this music. I hope it inspires you to release the wiggle, and to feel as unique, strong, and sexy as you are.
Okay. Big up her.
Yeah. So that's the vibe, people. Be free.
Well, and that was the end of Word on the Road.
Yeah.
Our next segment is not the People's Journal.
It's not.
And it's not Sis, What Would You Do?
It's Love Island.
It is Love Island. Let's
Alright.
go.
Let me play couple voice notes.
1 second. Let me.
Wait.
It's outside. You don't have to move anywhere.
Oh,
Let's
no.
Let's get into it.
Let's just go. Yeah, come on.
Are we just rolling? All right, say that. Right, so the girls are not here. We no dress up today.
This is it. All right.
Ekansu is on national TV looking like a fool. Davide does not like her. Davide does not want her. Davide is in love with how much she likes and wants him. It's so interesting to me to see how she's been broken down within these past 2 weeks. The person we were introduced to 2 weeks ago came into the house appearing confident, appearing assertive. She didn't care about making friends. She had a friend in Afina. Obviously, fast forward to today, Afina's been kicked out of the house. And in my opinion, she's been isolated and she's been broken down. And Davide has never missed an opportunity to laugh at her along with everyone else. That man don't like her.
That's facts, though.
Yeah,
That's big
I
facts.
would agree. Nothing Davide has done tells me that he genuinely likes Ekansu.
Well, Esther's been saying it from the time. Like, obviously, everybody's been missing the point. Like, he's been mocking her from the beginning of
Yeah.
time.
I think he's attracted to her. Like you said yesterday, yeah, I would shack her. That's what he said, but I don't think he likes her as a person. I think he sees her as his ticket to stay in the house until someone actually comes in. Cash Ramon next episode.
Liar, tell.
Swear down, bro.
Say wallahi.
Wallahi.
Hey, we're
Casa
back.
Amor is tonight.
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 Oh my God.
They previewed it yesterday. I was like, bro, already?
Hey, wait, did the camera catch my excitement? This is crazy.
Yeah, Casa Amor is about to go down.
Okay,
Yeah.
we in
None
the
of
game.
the other couples in the house interest me. Everyone comes across as two-faced.
Okay.
But I will say that one thing that is definitely annoying me is that Dami is the only black man in that house. It's also annoying me that that Danica and India are the only 2 Black women in that house against 5 white women. I just had to say that because that's really irritating me. And it seems like the producers aren't even making an attempt to bring in any more Black people. So that's one thing that I just don't like.
All right, so I have one more.
One second, because I don't know if she's. One second. I don't know if she's
Watch it from the beginning.
No, but I don't know if she's watching from home or if she lives here.
Yeah.
But like, welcome to England.
Thank you.
Welcome to England, baby girl. That's just had
Yeah.
see what you. That is an actual legit representation of the country. That is the fight that we're fighting. That's just the way it's set up. So
Yeah.
get used to it.
Yeah.
Get used to it. They're probably gonna throw a bit more colour in there and Castle and more, but that's the setup. That's the scenario.
This is Love Island. Love Island's never been Black heavy.
Yeah, this is England. Like, it wouldn't be too crazy if it was just all white people on Love Island. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, this is England.
And plus, there was 2 other Black boys in there, but they've gone home.
Yeah, and other Black girls.
Who was? Oh yeah,
Afia.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
one of
Afia,
them. One of them.
Ikenna, and Remy, they were there, but they left.
It just fell by the wayside. Okay, let's hear again.
All right.
Lastly, I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed the show. I think you guys have great chemistry. I think this show is unique, and I actually see the platform growing and everything. I think everyone kind of brings something different to the table, and it's just, everything just translates really well on screen. So I just wish you guys continued success, and I'll keep tuning in. Take care.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, baby girl, man. We appreciate you, man. Keep doing your thing. Stay sexy, stay beautiful, man. Don't let no one dim your light.
We appreciate you, man.
And that was Nikki from obviously America. I don't know what state it is.
Nikki, we
to
appreciate you, man.
Shout out to Nikki. All right, so Love Island, yeah. So Castle Moore's happening. Talking point from this episode, they done.
Also, just quickly, because they're gonna. It's been like 2 days in a row. I've been so bad.
Yeah.
I was recording No Behavior last night, so this is on you.
Cool. All right, so they done the public vote. But
Least favorite couple.
yeah, but obviously it's cliffhanger in it. So the 3 couples that are in the bottom 3. Obviously, this is based on the vote was who do you feel is most compatible. So obviously these 3 are the ones that the public feel are the least compatible.
Okay, cool.
So you've got Antigone and Charlie. You've got Tasha and Andrew, which is kind of surprising, but not surprising because
the public
there's been so many holes in their relationship. Then you've got Jay and Danica.
So whether they, I don't know whether are they saying the couple's leaving?
So no, basically the boys
We'll have to
the
pick.
boys have to pick a guy to leave, or vice versa, and the girl's got to pick a girl to leave.
Oh.
So we'll find out tonight which girl and which guy are leaving.
Well,
So-
okay, that's easy. That's Charlie and Danica are going home tonight.
The thing is, they could do that. They can make it easy and pick a couple. But remember, the girls and guys are separately doing their votes.
Yeah, but obviously you just got to think about how it's played out. And Antigone's gone and done the girl code thing. They
Yeah.
fuck with her. So Tasha's Tasha. Danica's gone. Yeah.
So, okay, but I don't think they're going to vote a couple off. I think the girls...
Are going to pick the girl that they want to save and pick the one that goes.
Yeah, so that means...
So that means Danica's gone.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to... No, sorry. I'm trying to remember whether or not the boys are picking the boys and the girls are picking the girls. Or it's vice versa. I can't remember.
I don't think they do vice versa. I think they'll make the boys.
Pick the boys.
I think they'll make the boys pick the
So
boys.
the boys will probably get rid of Charlie then.
That's what I said. Charlie and Danica are, their goose is cooked.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right still.
Their goose is cooked. There's no saving them. I don't believe.
Yeah.
There's no saving them.
Andrew and Tasha are completely safe.
But even with that being said, and then obviously even doing it with Cassia or more,
Yeah.
Tasha's gone. She can't. They've been a couple, from day one. You can't have me down there, Antigone and Jay and Charlie and
Yeah.
Danica.
Also, Tasha's saying that she loves Jay. Sorry, loves Andrew.
Yeah, she's lost her mind. She's loose. She don't know what she does.
She's asking everyone, like, what does love feel like? Like when you're in love, like she's trying to find out from other people what is love in it. And then I think she told Andrew that she loved him in it.
What did Andrew say?
Andrew was like, the first thing they showed of us was Andrew saying, guys, Tasha said that she loves me. That was the first. They didn't show her saying it to him. They just showed Andrew telling everyone that.
Okay, yeah.
Tasha told me that she loves me in it.
Yeah.
And they went from there in it. But yeah, she was in the confessional room kind of expressing herself. I'm like, You who wanted to talk to Charlie last week, now you love Andrew. Out of nowhere.
That I don't know because I don't. Sometimes, yeah, especially with couples, yeah, they get rattled with perception, innit? Especially when it comes to public votes, they get rattled. I don't know whether their thing's real, whether they care about how it looks, whether they're preying it like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But them being in that bottom three with them two, I don't even know how to describe those couples.
Yeah, those are not even real couples.
That's horrible for them.
Yeah.
That's horrible for them. So they're gonna reevaluate. Well, I can't win this. I can't win this with Charlie, with Andrew.
Yeah, because we
Tasha.
know it's not genuine. We can see it. We've seen what's unfolding.
Yeah, but that's what I say. Now, but you get a peek behind the curtain. Now they know. Now they know that the public see it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say. So
yeah.
in their mind, it's like this is a fruitless exercise. Me staying in this because I can't win with him because they think we're uncompatible. So you put them in class more straight away.
Yeah, I hear that.
You can get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that. And then, cool. Ekansu and Davide went on their first date. They went to like a wine vineyard, the wine field, whatever. There was a bucket of grapes, bucket of white grapes, bucket of red grapes, whatever. They're both in their separate buckets.
Stamping.
With their feet stamping on it, eating the grapes. Ekansu jumped in Davide's bucket. They're both stamping the grapes, having a chat. She kissed him. She kissed him.
But she initiated.
I think they were just chatting and then she just went for it. I think she was like, oh, you just look so nice. I just had to. She just kind of went for it. There was no like moment where this is a kiss moment. She just kind of like mid-convo, boom.
How was it received?
It was received well. Yeah, it was received well. So yeah, it was a nice little cute date, whatnot. For me, I still don't see them as a genuine couple. I don't believe that he likes her past the physical, and I just don't believe her as a person. She's just an actress to me, so I can't.
There's a
look
part
at her.
in that kind of looks good together. I kind of wish Davide fucked with her a bit more.
Aesthetically, they look good together, right? But
Yeah.
I don't believe they mesh personality-wise at all.
I don't think no one messes with Davide personally because I can't take him. Like he is so conceited.
Oh my god!
Like he rates himself.
No, yeah, he thinks he's God's gift.
Like it's different to the point where he feels like he don't even have to try that. So he's not giving us enough. Like his attitude stinks
because this is his life, isn't it? In the real world, he doesn't work for women. Clearly,
yeah.
He just looks good, and then women just come to him.
Oh yeah, he must be cooking outside. His little demographic, he's got on toast.
But he's giving the vibes of, you know what? I've done the streets enough. I'm tired now. I just need, because he could be in the house doing the madness if he wanted to, because a lot of the girls like him, innit? But he's actually been on there. Even though he's arrogant, he's been on a humble tip in terms of how he's approaching the women.
But is he building any real connections?
No, he isn't, because I don't think there's no one there for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He if there's someone in Casa Amor, he'll definitely do his thing. Yeah, definitely. But it's all Ekin though.
Ekin and Davide are not solid. Like the minute both of them find someone else who they're compatible with, they're both gone.
Okay, are there any solid couples that you think need to be worried about? Casa Amor?
Any couples that need to be worried?
Like there's because obviously the idiots are the idiots. I'm saying out of the solid couples, just say Gemma and
I think
Jack
Gemma's head can be turned for sure. I think as much as Luca's acting like his head can't be turned, I think his head can be turned as well. I think he'll try his hardest not to let it affect him, but I think it can be.
If it was natural, I would say 100% he can be turned. But now I know
it's intentional.
But now I know that he knows for a fact that's Michael Owen's daughter.
Yeah. So he's gonna try his hardest to stick
He's
to the plan.
He's gonna do. He's not. If he does, it's gonna be excellent TV, and he's an absolute psychopath.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? If he actually does, because I can't see it. That doesn't make no sense.
I think Tasha's head can be turned. I think Andrew's head can be turned. To be fair, I'll be honest.
Andrew's feeling Danica.
Yes,
that's what I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, maybe not enough to act on it because him and Tasha have been together so long, but he's definitely, you get me.
Yeah.
So. And like I said, that putting them in the bottom three thing, that's not good for anybody.
Paige and Jax, I can see both of them getting their turn. To be fair, there's no solid couple. The only solid couple for me, who I think may, even though I reckon it could happen, but the most solid is probably Dami and India.
You reckon? Yeah,
they're the most solid. I reckon both. There's no couple in this villa to me are solid,
bro.
But the most solid,
if they send in,
if
they send in someone for India,
like
a London youth, like a proper youth, Dami might be in trouble.
I think Dami will be in trouble. But
and I'm not saying because their relationship ain't stronger because they don't fuck with each other, yeah. He's an Irish youth, blood. Like, the sauce ain't sauce.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like, if you bring in something for her,
yeah,
she's got a decision to make.
No, for real. I think every single couple have a decision to make, innit? But I feel like Dami and India right now are showing the most, connection, as in the most like genuine like for each other. Innit? But I still don't think neither are that committed.
Okay. Anything else happening? Any other good talking points?
Not really, man. Akinsu and thingy came back. They done a little debrief like they do. That's it, really. I'm trying to think what else happened. This is why I wish these girls were here, because they've got the memory.
Oh, Esther's got this on task.
Should
we phone her?
I asked Brent, but he said that she's not. In that frame of mind, innit? I think I'm trying to think. Anything happened to anyone else? Nah. But what I can talk about though quickly is there's a narrative going around that Paige isn't this nice girl that everyone makes her out to be in it. But she's actually like a proper like mean girl.
Yeah, I haven't been online, but
Because
I've seen a few.
There's been a big controversy around, and I think you didn't watch this episode. So basically, after the recoupling, Antigone was upset that Danica picked Jay.
Yeah. And she went. Yeah, so they was all talking. She shooed India and Danica away.
So Paige shooed off Danica and India.
Yeah.
And the narrative online now is that Paige is showing her true colours, that she's actually a mean girl. Someone tried to make it racial, because obviously Danica and India are both black, and she dismissed them. Boom, boom,
How did Danica and India take it?
I looked at it like this. They're talking about Danica, as in Paige, Antigone, Gemma, and whoever. So if Danica's coming over, we don't want you privy to this convo because we're talking about you.
Yeah.
So I thought Paige was doing can you guys come back in a minute because we're actually chatting about you. I feel like India didn't take offense to it because I feel like India knew what was going on. Danica obviously might have taken offense to it, wouldn't want to. I didn't look at it as bullying, but I think it was the way Paige done it seemed kind of like, go away.
Have you seen that clip going around telling India to watch out for Dami?
The Paige thing? Yeah.
That's serious. Where did all them clips come from? I ain't seen all that. Where's he? He's all picking her up, wrapped legs around her.
The thing is, do you know when I knew that, not that something's going on between them, but they had a connection, was when Jax and Paige argued about something. Paige went over to Dami, Indian, whoever, and she was kind of sulking, and Dami goes, do you want to go and have a chat about it? And she goes, all right, cool. She goes, Paige, India, do you mind if I take Dami away? And India was like, no, it's fine. So I'm like, one, Dami doesn't need to be this, he wants to be like Mother Teresa in the house, whatever. But then I thought, okay, these two have...
You 100% could have had that conversation in front of your girl.
Yeah.
You 100% could have spoken.
It was Dami's idea. Dami was like, do you want to go have a private? So I'm like, okay, cool. Do they have this friendship bond, whatever? But then I thought, you know what? Then all the little clips I saw of him picking her up, piggyback, lifting her, I thought, okay, these two have some form of something happening.
Little Welsh bird. You see what's happening, yeah? A lot of these are... I don't know if they feel pressure in the house to like follow suit and go to what they know, but because it's just what would be expected.
Yeah.
But like Paige and that, a lot of these girls in there, they definitely lack a bit of black.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
They're just not showing it. I don't know if it's because they feel like they can't or something like that. I'm not can't, because that's never really been an issue on Love Island.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
But you know what it is?
It just feels weird to me that they're not displaying, that they haven't really displayed a lot of love for them black guys in an attraction sense. Because I know you're feeling it.
Yeah, but also it hasn't been done in reverse either. Remember, Ikenna never made a play for any of the other girls.
But I said that. I think with Ikenna, it was definitely that.
Yeah.
He got India, and that's what the public wanted.
Yeah.
I ain't touching these white things. He would have, brother, do you know what Ikenna would do to Paige?
That's what I'm saying. So that's the thing. So black people are not going on Love Island and being free. They're just going on there with the preconceived notion that they're gonna get cooked if they don't comply to what the black people want.
Yeah.
Which isn't, that's not genuine. If you like white people, be free and like white girls, bro.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you gotta comply to black Twitter. But Dami hasn't. I feel like Dami likes white girls, which is there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like he does. Especially being from Ireland, the demo out there is predominantly white. I feel like he likes Paige for sure. I do feel like he likes India as well. It's hard with Dami. I'm not sure how. Thing is, he comes across as a very genuine person, so I believe that he's genuinely into her. But I reckon because none of the other girls have moved to him, maybe he feels like his options aren't broad.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is, isn't it?
What's that saying? The man's only as faithful as his options. And once Dammy gets some more options, who knows, he might stray. Because so far he's been Amber, India.
But but the way he's carried himself, he's always been the cool guy. I think for him to do something mad in Casa Amor, they have to send him something crazy.
Yeah.
And then again, it's gonna have to be another black thing as well. I don't think he's got the balls to do. He ain't bringing no white thing in the yard with an India standing.
I don't know. You know,
he ain't got the balls to do
know what
that,
it is?
man.
Dammy doesn't give me the impression of someone who cares about Black Twitter, honestly.
You reckon?
I just don't see it. Fam, the man keeps talking about how he... Think about Dammy and everything he does and talks about. He's talking about how he kissed his friend, his male friend, and he'll do it again. He keeps talking about this heart-shaped birthmark on his penis. He's got nipple piercing, nose piercing, all these piercings. Dammy doesn't comply to what Black Twitter would... The narrative, innit? So
Okay.
I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. I think Dammy is a free spirit, does what he wants, which is great. So I don't feel like he wouldn't bring a white girl back into the house.
Well, we'll see, because I've been screaming this narrative from time. The producers are not listening. They're crazy. We need an interracial bomb in that house.
Yeah,
Like we need it. We're dying for it.
yeah, no, I hear that.
The controversy will be crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
for real.
honestly, like,
For real.
even like, imagine fucking Jack come back to the house and Paige is there with a black man. Oh my God, he's gonna be able to hide the racism in his soul. Is that what you think?
No, yeah. With Luca and Jack in particular, if Gemma and Paige both got with black men, the racism would be rife, bro.
It will be seeping out of their skin, bro.
Especially from Jack.
Bro. Oh, I need to see. These are missing the trick. I need to see this, man. Make it happen for me, please.
Especially Jack.
Yeah, either way. I just need some controversy. Please.
No, Casamore, I swear Casamore always gives us that controversy. I'm sure something's going to go down.
Yeah, but then, I'm telling you now, even for the Twitter, even just for the quality of the tweets, with the
Yeah.
race wars is top tier entertainment, bro. Like, it's top tier. I need to see it.
No, do you know when I thought Jack, I'm not saying Jack's racist, but when Jack asks, what's his face, to rap, Remy to rap, I was like, this nigga is racist. Because it was uncalled for. It was uncalled for. Like, dance, nigga, dance. Like, that's what it was giving me. So yeah, I reckon if Gemma or Paige hook up with someone who's black, it's gonna be crazy still.
That'll be it.
But yeah, we got Monday. It's gonna be great because we're gonna get to talk about Casa more.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yep, I'm gonna watch.
And the elimination. So we got Monday. Monday should be great because Casa more. We get to talk about all the new people in the villa who got eliminated tonight. So yeah, Monday's Love Island will be jam packed.
All right, and there you have
So
it.
yeah, guys, that's your update for today.
More headlines, Brent.
All right. Could the new James Bond be black? Mags's dream of a black James Bond may be a possibility, although we
This
may
Emman, yeah.
not find out until 2025. You know. Speaking at an event honoring James Bond producers Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson, the pair answered questions about who they had in mind to replace Daniel Craig. Barbara Broccoli said, "Nobody's in the running. We're working out where to go with him. We're talking that through. There isn't a script, and we can't come up with one until we decide how we're going to approach the next film, because really, it's a reinvention of Bond. We're reinventing who he is, and that takes time. I'd say that filming is at least 2 years away." Broccoli has previously confirmed that the new Bond will be a male. After some call for the character to undergo a Doctor Who-style reinvention,
Why would he put that?
shake my head. This is Emmanuel typing.
Why would he put SMH there?
I'll get to it. The main actors in the running are believed to be Tom Hardy, Henry Cavill, Idris Elba, Bridgerton's Reggie Jean Page, and Richard Madden. I'm guessing he put shake my head there because they wanted to turn James
Into a
Bond into a
woman.
woman.
Yeah.
James Bond.
Jennifer Bond.
Well, it's a fictional character. I've just told you there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
this.
but James, James is a man's name.
All right, let's talk about
The
this.
producers
because
have said they're reinventing
this is
Bond.
different. This is
James
different.
is a man's name.
I hear that.
So you can't have a woman called James. So you got to change the whole character then. It has to be a different person.
It's a reinvention. You see what the problem is, yeah, with people who do this stuff, yeah? You don't understand it. You don't forget that fiction is your imagination, yeah? You are a lot. I watch stuff with mythical creatures that fly and man that can stretch themselves and rare.
Yeah.
None of this stuff is real. You get what I'm trying to say? So obviously you sort of presented to me a character and I've got used to the character, yeah.
Mm.
But it's not real, and I have a brain that works and imagination, so it's a click. So all you have to do is tell me, Bond is a woman now. Okay. That's
That's not how it works.
That is how it works. My brain's not confused.
If you
My brain
want-
is not confused.
If you want to give me a female spy movie, then make that separately to the James Bond franchise.
I hear where you're coming from, because that's gonna, obviously you want to keep the credibility of what you're doing. You want to keep it intact. But what I'm trying to say is, it's not gonna change the scenario.
Of course, what do you mean?
Because it's not. Because you're gonna watch the film. If it's a good actor, and if she's a dope actor and she's a dope agent, and she could do all the things. When you watch that film, it doesn't change that you're watching. That it's gonna take a while for you to get through to it. But then, while the movie's going on, is okay. This Bond film is great. This bitch Bond killing it.
No.
This Bond, this bitch bad.
No.
You know what I'm trying to say?
James Bond is a man and shall remain a man. If you want to do a James Bond with a female, make another movie called Jennifer Bond or whatever.
Okay, so what about if you and you feel it's the same as being black, or is it worse?
Idris specifically, I'm for that.
Okay.
Because it's Idris. He's British. For me, he looks the part. I can just, Idris for me is the perfect. If you're going to do black James Bond, I'm for that. Do I want to see someone, not Idris? Not really. For me, it's Idris. Idris is the only black person I want to see James Bond.
That's facts as well, though.
Yeah, Idris is
actual
the,
facts.
look at him.
Yeah,
That's James Bond.
Man say I want a black Bond. I don't want a black Bond. I want Idris Bond.
Yeah, I want Idris. I don't want, no offense to these names, I don't want Damson Idris or Daniel Kaluuya or whoever, or The Rock. I want Idris Elba or nobody else.
Yeah, facts.
In terms of all these other names, Tom Hardy,
Tom Hardy could be good.
Very good.
Tom Hardy could be good.
Henry Cavill, that's the guy who plays Superman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks too... Yeah.
It's too it's too...
He looks like a robot.
He played that agent in that one where the American England or Russia England, what's it called?
I can't remember what it's called, yeah.
But he's done the agent thing, and he's too...
No, he's too perfect.
Yeah.
He's too perfect looking.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Bond needs to be a bit rough around the edges.
Bridgerton's, I don't know who that is actually.
That would be the black youth, I'm guessing, from Bridgerton.
Let me check. And then
It'll be the main black youth from season 1.
So you don't mind James Bond being a woman, Marks?
No, because it's not real. Like I'm not gonna be outraged. If the film's good, I'm okay, cool. That's Bond. It's a woman now. Like,
you know what it is? It's like when they done Ghostbusters.
and they bring it back with gal.
All women.
Wait, what's the problem? What's wrong with that? I haven't watched it, but
Exactly.
don't do that.
All right, so
Why
You
did
trying to tell me I would have watched it if it was brothers?
You would have. You know what it is? I'm not even against. Obviously, female films are great. I'm just saying, if, for example, perfect example, Wonder Woman is a woman. Don't now give me Wonder Man. Like, don't. Okay.
No, but I hear you,
Like-
but you changed the
like-
name. That's crazy. You can't change
cool.
Wonder Woman.
Okay, Wonder Woman. Okay, cool.
why can't we change Wonder Woman?
The only
Because
thing
it's a woman. I want a woman.
Let me tell you this thing now. The only thing you could do to Wonder Woman, if you want to change it, is make her trans. That's the only thing you could do. So if it's a trans Wonder Woman, all right. Then, but you can't make it a man because it's Wonder Woman.
I want to make sure that people know that I'm fair on both sides. I want my female characters to stay female, my male characters to stay male. I want Catwoman to remain Catwoman. I don't want it to now be Catman or a man who's Catwoman. No. I want Catwoman.
Cat kind of woman.
Nah, women. Yeah, especially with, you know what it is. Growing up as a kid, these are the characters that you're used to, innit?
Yeah.
Like they're in your heart. There's a special place for these characters in my heart. Don't change them.
Bro, Ocean's 13's all gal, right?
Yeah, but who cares about Ocean's 13?
No, I'm saying it's the same setup. There was burglars.
That's different though.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, there's always going to be initial pushback and growing pains, but your brain has an imagination.
Ocean 13s are not cemented in our life.
That's fine, but
throwaway.
Bond could be a woman, bro.
All right, you said that you can't change Wonder Woman into Wonder Man, right?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Sorry, Wonder Man's a character, but in Marvel. So that's not what I'm saying. Because
No, I'm not talking,
Oh,
talking
okay,
to
cool.
Marks.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Marks said you can't do that, right?
Yeah.
But you can change James Bond into a woman. Yes.
Yeah, because you could just change the name. You have to change the name, then it won't be
The
Wonder
whole
Woman.
franchise
James Bond
needs
is
to
a man's
change.
name.
The franchise needs to change, right?
No, it could be Jamie Bond. That could be like James for short.
So it won't be James Bond anymore.
Exactly, that's a different movie then.
No, but because it's not the James Bond is the thing. It's not really about Bond. It's about 007. It's about the agent. The agent is 007.
Then that
the
means-
007's changed. It's not the same.
All right,
The 007's
okay,
changed.
cool. 007 is cool because that's a number, right? That means the movie will be called 007. It won't be called James Bond then.
It will be Bond. It'll be Jemima Bond.
No, her name will have to. Her name will have to be something else. It'll have to be whatever.
Okay. You got me. You got me.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
You got me. I don't know what to say.
From when you said you can't do it to Wonder Woman, I'm thinking,
Or
what?
give us a young spin-off. A spin-off.
Like Teen Bond, that cartoon with Young James and that.
Yeah, give us, or even do a team up. 2 spies together, 007, 008.
Do you think women even want this?
No, yes. There's woman somewhere that women want everything, bro. They want your blood.
Maybe we got the narrative now.
What's that?
This is, remember you asked before, what's the goal? Maybe we have to go for this one. Maybe women, as your Mark said, women are trying to change the entire narrative, take over.
Yeah.
This is good stuff. This is good stuff.
It's like okay, cool. You know, there's a new. This is actually a relative. So there's a new movie coming out called Thor: Love and Thunder. It's coming out next week actually. So Chris Hemsworth, Thor, right?
Yeah.
There's a female Thor in the movie.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's her name again in real life?
That light skin thing.
No, it's not light skin. No, that's
the Valkyrie thing. Yes,
Valkyrie.
Thor.
Natalie Portman.
Okay.
So she's playing Mighty Thor, who in the comics was a female version of Thor. Not replacement for Thor, but the female version. I'm for that. Because Thor's in the movie, so is she in unison.
But that character existed.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's fun.
Well,
you know what I mean? But
I'm all for change, man.
I'm all for but Idris, I'm telling you, I'm down. I personally think they should do it just for the culture.
Oh, let's get into our last segment of the day. Oh shit, it's me.
It's me.
No, see, usually with teamwork, yeah, I've got time to prep. But because we've been doing the heavy lifting, I haven't had much time. I know one would think I could do it the night before, but it just doesn't work like that. Today, done out here.
I'm hoping you tackle number 4 because that picture's just been in my face for the whole week.
No, I don't understand that, and I need to take a deep dive so I can understand that more. This one's easier. I want to keep going with my theme of calling out predators. Nicholas Rossi, you are allegedly accused of raping a 21-year-old in Utah in 2008. Yeah, and he's done a runner for these charges. He tried to fake his own death to dodge the charges. You know what I'm trying to say?
That's wild.
He's trying to say he's a new name. I think he's going by the name Arthur Knight. He tried to get a new identity, trying to say he's a new person. Yeah, he tried to say that other person is dead. I think they found him in Scotland as well. He went all the way to Scotland. This guy's putting in work. But yeah, when I saw that story, I just thought, you can't be faking your death, because what happens, like, you see faking your death, yeah? So how do you get a new identity? How do you move on? Do you need you don't get national insurance number, you don't get, so if you fake your death, you're proprietary, you can't.
But how do you think you can't fake a death by yourself, right? There has to be a team to make this run.
Well, that's why it didn't work.
Someone has to inform the powers that be that you've passed away. There needs to be an autopsy now. Like, how does this even happen?
Well, it didn't work. Donnie's in Scotland, yeah. They're trying to extradite him, yeah. He's missed his extradition hearing, yeah. And he's trying to say, like, his health is deteriorating. I think a couple of times they've called him up. He keeps saying, yeah, his health deteriorating, his health deteriorating. He's been walking around. They got him in wheelchairs. He's got a gas mask on.
Yeah.
He's moving like he's down bad, but he really done it. Whoa. He faked his death. Yeah. Guess what he apparently died from?
What?
Cancer.
Okay.
This man's got no morals. Have you seen him?
Yes. Looks American.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. But yeah, I hope you get extradited and I hope you go back to your country, because we don't want you here. And yeah, that's what I got quickly. Sorry for the lack of vim, but I only just went through it. And Monday will be better. That's what I got for you. You see that fourth one, the one with the swastika,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That is wild, yeah. Like it's so wild, yeah, that I haven't thinked it yet because I want to like.
The thing
I want
is-
to look. I need to be at home and read that and look and see what's going on here because there's so much stuff going on
Yeah.
here. I can't just start talking about that.
Yeah.
Like there's so much things
At
happening.
first glance, before I read it, I came to my own assumption. When I read it, I thought, oh, this is his agenda. Or not agenda, this is his motivation behind it. So yeah, I'm actually intrigued to know your take on it.
I'll look at it over the weekend.
Yeah.
I'll look at it over the weekend because I need to take a deep dive into that so I can understand because I could see myself just saying stuff and it probably not even make it. Brent might just cut it out because I need to have a full grasp of the situation before I start speaking because them
Yeah.
communities are wild. The mix, the blend is I ain't seen nothing like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't want to know what we're talking about, tune in on Monday and we'll get into it. But Nicholas Rossi, you are done at Air, man. Stop faking your death and stop raping people, man. This is wrong. And then, boy, let's get into our final segment, the outro. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a fun day. Have you liked it, just the lads?
Yeah, it's been good, man. Obviously, this is the first time me and you've actually sat down one-on-one before.
And chopped up in it?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. So it's been different.
Call me up to the pod, man.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, this is the first time me and Marks have actually been on a just episode, just with us.
But
So,
that's why, you know, that's dope though. Because I reckon anybody at home watching that wouldn't have never known that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it means chemistry's there. It means
Yeah,
it's lit.
still.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Group chat.
It's paying off. You know what I'm saying? But we missed the girls, man. Hopefully, it will be back with us on Monday. Hopefully, Koi keep killing it. Hopefully, Esther gets better.
I think Koi starts I think today's the first day of Afro Nation.
Okay, cool.
So I think by Monday we might get some updates on her.
Yeah, well, she's gonna. Well, you know what it is. You know how it goes. You know the routine, people. Thanks for tuning in. I'd like to thank our guests for coming. What else are we gonna do? Follow us on all social media platforms. Like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. What does Koi say? Give it to one friend and 6 enemies or something like this. Do all of that stuff. If you want to send voice notes and text messages, if you want to get involved in any of the segments, whether it be Love Island or Sis, what will you do? Asking for a friend, whatever. The number is 07564 841 073. What else can you do? Also, there's the change of plan to the Patreon. We are moving to a totally different platform where you can watch every show live but has more functionality, where we can properly build a community and encourage more and better interactions. All these kind of stuff, you can get involved. We're going to give you more information about that soon, as and when it's applicable. It's getting sorted out. Stay woke. Keep watching. Is there anything else I need to do? If you've got any inquiries, if you want to take part of the show, if you want to feature on the show, email the team at thedayafter@thenewblack.com. Black is spelled with an X, not an A. I think I've done everything there. It was my first go. I'm working on the fly. I was late and I'm tired and it was Friday. If I'm going to do this again, it will be better the next time. I promise you, because that's just how I live. But thanks for having me and thanks for the support, guys.
Straight.
Enjoy your Friday, man. See you on Monday.
See you Monday.